order and roll call, please.
Elwick,
Here.
Hesenius,
Here.
Parmenter,
Here.
Fluhop,
Here.
Breaker,
Yep.
Stark Mahood.
Here.
All right, all rise and say the pledge of allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as written?
Motion.
Motion by Riley, second by Tammy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. Get a motion to approve consent agenda as written.
Motion.
Motion by Riley, second by Tammy. Any discussions, comments, questions?
Was that incorrect? I thought the city flower basket things were gonna be donations. Or they had funding for it?
I'm sure they're donations, but they still have to show.
We did get
Ah,
funding for it,
yes.
yeah.
Yep, I got a $25,000 check
Nice.
the other day. So,
That's a week. Keller.
I saw that. Is this just the time of year we buy that stuff?
I assume.
Yes.
Not very good. It's kind of weak.
They can't spell it
All right. Anything else? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, time to proceed and file communication petitions remonstrances.
Just a few emails, but we'll discuss that in closed session, Mr. Mayor.
All righty, good enough. Moving on to committee reports. Don't think we have any.
Not at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Moving on to citizens input. You can go through the spiel, but
There's nobody
I
on.
don't think there's anybody here gonna talk.
Nope.
All right. Moving on, no item 8. We'll look at that. New business already. Now I need motion approval of resolution approving agreement with leasing, assignment, or sale of existing dark fiber located in the city of Benton right away by Interstate Power and Light Company.
either.
Motion.
Motion by Tammy, second by Riley. So I see they weighed in from over there and they didn't really care. They didn't think it was gonna do anything against our fiber.
Correct, Mr. Mayor, and had our city attorney already look at it, and actually, this is the draft he provided to Interstate Power Light, Alliant Energy, and they accepted it as well.
Questions? Roll call.
Hesenius,
Yep.
Elwick,
Yes.
Stark Mahood,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Breaker,
Yes.
Parmenter.
Yes.
All right. Item B, and I need motion approval of resolution to approve disbursement of hotel motel tax proceeds to Benton Unlimited.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Zach. Anybody got any questions on that? Roll call.
Breaker,
Yes.
Hesenius,
Yep.
Elwick,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Stark Mahood.
Yes.
All right, item C, I need motion approval of resolution approving designation of official newspaper.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Zach. Anybody got any questions? The same one we always have.
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is just something we have to do as a city every single year.
All right, roll call.
Stark Mahood,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Breaker,
Yes.
Hesenius,
Yep.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Parmenter.
Yes.
All right, item D, now need approval of change order for wastewater treatment plant improvements, control building, exterior generator, room door.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, seconded by Andrew, so I had this one put on here because when they sent me the number was quite a bit higher than what they had said it was going to be. And I don't know if adding a door that doesn't really have to be there for another $9,000 is actually worth it, but I thought I'd let you guys decide. What it does, it just allows another means of egress out the building in case there's some sort of electrical fire in there.
I don't necessarily think we need it.
Who brought this to our attention?
And
They
was-
brought it up a long time ago, and I said, get us some cost, and they said they thought it was gonna be like around $3,500, and I thought for that, that'd be just fine. and now it's up at 9,000, so
So it's just an extra doorway.
an extra doorway. And the doorway that's there right now is a louver, and they are supposed to take the louver out and then fill it with masonry. That's what part of the quote was. And then paint the masonry and everything else. That was in our bid.
Correct.
So now they thought, well, we can just take out whatever we need to do to get the new door in and paint the door.
If we don't need it and it wasn't on the original print,
Nope, they just asked,
No.
just as a safety thing.
I don't think so.
So the reason, but is there a reason to say yes, I guess?
Yeah.
Other than
It's a safety thing.
Safety thing.
That'd be it. But again, I thought if it was back down around the $9,000, $3,000, they said it would be a no-brainer. But when they started to escalate up, I thought you guys all best better weigh in on it. So,
Is it on the opposite side of the building?
yeah, so one door's here, the other one's on the other end.
Opposite end, yes.
And that building, that room's not that big.
No.
So,
It's in case there's something that happens, so then that was the issue because there's only one door in, one door out. If something happened, then you have another way to get out. That was it.
and then the second half to this is that V and K says you're gonna have the door, would recommend putting a stoop outside, which will be
Right.
frost protected, which will be another $5,000.
Mm,
So, I'm guessing about $5,000.
Yeah.
So,
I don't necessarily think we need it myself.
How do the individuals working out there feel about it?
I don't think they had preference either way.
They didn't want to stoop. I know that.
Yeah,
I just asked.
Oh,
talked
they
about it
did.
today.
gotcha.
Yeah, not a stoop. Door is okay. Not a stoop, not so much. Stoop, not so much. Door, yeah, pretty good, but it's up to council to decide.
Yep, sure is.
This is panels that are in that room.
What's that?
This is
Yeah.
panels that are in that room, and how far away from the front of the panel to the wall is it?
Oh, I assume that's got the clear 3 foot of distance at a minimum.
Otherwise it'd be required, so
Right,
this is just something
right,
for the-
no, that's what I'm.
And she even said it is not required by code to have.
Right.
So
And that's not a heated room?
it is.
Mm-hmm.
I've already spent their Cheerios enough today. So. Thoughts, or should I call for the vote?
I'm ready for vote.
Call for the vote? Roll call.
Husenius,
No.
Stark,
No.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Elwick,
No.
Fluhop,
No.
Raker.
No.
All right, no new door for them. Perfect. Now moving on to item E, now need motion approval of work order number 2 to professional services contract, design, bidding, construction administration, and grant administration services for obstruction removal at the Vinton Veterans Memorial Airport.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Tammy. Sit right down.
Any questions?
A lot.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Introduce yourself.
I am Paul Seaton, Airport Commissioner,
Oh, sorry.
for 3 months. So,
Boy, you picked a good time to become.
did I? Leon lied me then.
I gotta tell you, I'm struggling. $38,000 to tell me how to cut some trees.
No, it is on big government. Gets business and, yeah, I cannot argue that, you know, but it's on somebody else's property. If it was on the city's property, it'd be a different story, so,
Yeah, but this is just for the engineering.
yeah. Oh, but it's a, what, $200,000 grant, the city pays 30
And
on
they're
it,
using
right?
25% up.
Yeah.
up to.
Yeah, up to.
It's up to. That's the absolute cap on that is up to. So if it's less, it's obviously not going to be that much. But
That's what my concern is, that the tree clearing part's gonna be at $20,000 and our engineer's gonna be at 38.
Yeah.
we did get a grant for that.
Not yet.
Yeah, aren't we on the hook for 30,000?
You already have that budgeted as well, too, in this current year's budget.
Like some things that pop out to me, it's like up to 40 hours of construction observation hours. I'm just trying to figure out what they're gonna observe. They're gonna show up, no trees are cut, and the next day the trees are cut.
Yeah.
And if it's less than that, like I said,
But I think it's maybe that's one of those things that if this is a cost not to exceed, that's some type of money that say, hey, we could just take some pictures for you. And then when it's all done, you guys come back and do your observation then. We gotta make sure that we did it correct, otherwise they tend to wanna send a guy out every day to
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thoughts, everybody? Hearing none, roll call.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Cassinius,
What was that?
I said it once, I'm not gonna say it.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Raker,
Yes.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Please do whatever you can.
Yes.
Limit that.
Yeah.
well, can I at least say for our new president, he has been out there and he has been working exceedingly hard to try to control a lot of the excess that they can control in the past 3 months. I mean,
I appreciate that
and
greatly.
we've been talking just about almost daily about this.
Just watch.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Just watch.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes, but yeah.
Doing well.
Yep.
You got a big
Appreciate it.
animal to take care of.
This is by no means
He's only.
Yeah, this isn't reflective
Out
on
of
you at all.
No.
I've been having
Oh,
this
I get it.
argument with them from the first time they brought it at us, so.
Yeah, it's the price of having an airport. What do? Shut the runway down? I mean, there's options.
Don't give him that
There-
idea.
there's a lot of.
That's been tossed around.
I can tell you this, when an engineer report goes out to Pella, and I just met with the engineer last week, when that engineer report goes out to Pella, the picture of the airport on the front of that is the airport is sitting. Benton. That is the state. That is they don't send their airport. The state thinks very highly of the Benton airport. And I'm sure it's one of the men out there that does a lot of work for a little bit of nothing, but
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
it's been crawling my throat ever since they sent me over $75,000 engineering fees for a tractor. that they cut and pasted from another project.
Yeah.
And didn't even take the time to change the name of the city.
Oh, yeah, 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 I get it.
But anyhow,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Have a
Thanks
good
for
evening.
calling.
We
You bet.
appreciate you.
See you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, moving on. Now it's time for discussion and decision on converting 3 city hall parking spaces to general public parking spaces.
We're converting them, right? We're just making them public.
Yes.
Great, good discussion. Go team. I'm so tired.
Does anybody want to discuss that any further?
So tired.
Sounds like we got a plan.
All right. Are we all in favor of directing them to convert the 3 city hall parking spaces to general public parking spaces?
Yes.
Is this for a trial run or?
Yeah, I thought we agreed to a.
It can be for whatever. We can change our minds at any given moment.
There doesn't have to be an end date to it.
I don't think so either. Give it a chance, see how it works.
Yep.
Is that good enough?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're trying to.
Item G, now I need a motion approval of special event application for the red carpet fundraiser, March 2nd, 2025.
Motion.
Motion by Tammy, seconded by Ryden. Anybody got any questions on this one? It was a great success last year. All right, roll call, or not roll call, all those in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. I need a motion for reappointment of Nate Edwards to the Building and Housing Board of Appeals for a term ending December 2028.
Motion.
No, I didn't even hear that one. Motion by Wes, second by Zach. Anybody got questions on Nate? Roll call or not? All those in favor?
Aye.
Take a bad habit of that. All right, now we're moving on to discussion of other vacancies on various boards and commissions. Melissa sent out, we actually don't have very many vacancies.
Can I make a note though? One that needs to be added is the Young Trust that I'm on.
Do you have a term with that?
I'm assuming when my term, this term ends, which would be 12/25.
Thank you.
So my question, I think was to Melissa, is are we able, since we seem to be having a problem with filling in the Board of Adjustments, unless anybody has another person that might wanna do that, is if we can combine Board of Adjustments and the Planning and Zoning Commission, the same board act as, same members act on 2 boards. She asked Doug, Doug said it isn't highly recommended, but you can do it.
Can.
Which 2 boards?
The Board of Adjustments and the P and Z.
That seems like a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Kinda does, don't it? But it does happen.
I don't like it.
Well,
I see Andrew was up for the reappointment to Bid Unlimited, if you'd be so inclined.
Yes, I would.
Got that one done. We'll put that one on the next one. How about on the Board of Appeals too?
You bet.
All right. So the only thing we got left is find somebody for the Board of Adjustments.
And this vacancy has existed for a while. Nobody has resigned their position. It's just been vacant for.
Yeah, we actually reduced the P and Z down to a 5-member board from what it was, and I moved one of them over to the Board of Adjustments.
Board of Adjustments hardly meets, but remember, Board of Adjustments authority is outside the realms of the council, while P and Z makes recommendations to the council. So,
I'm sure you did.
They haven't met. For a long time. Well, other than that, I guess we've done what we do. We've discussed it. So if anybody has any recommendations for the BOA person, give it to Melissa. All right. Holy moly, we're on the reports already. Store.
thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. would like to ask, and I guess on behalf of Matt as well, to have a work session for Parks and Rec for February 13th council meeting, because next meeting you have a work session for the Pocket Park. This one will be, you have some information in your council packet for Matt for fundraising and looking at a possible new rec center, and just like to have that discussion as a work session on the 13th.
Say the 13th.
Yep. Did you want an hour, Matt?
So and that's why we're doing the Pocket Park one?
Next time.
No.
Next.
Oh, next one's Pocket Park.
Okay.
Sounds magical. But everybody's gonna make sure I come on time.
February 13th.
6 o'clock.
Fun. And just got started with going with the budgets, and I have to thank Haley because we've been going back and forth all week long on getting our exact proper valuation number. There was a few hiccups, but now they've all been smoothed out, and we have the accurate number now from the county. So
That's
we
good.
can start working on it, and boy, let me tell you, that number is close to triggering a reduction because of the amount of growth that we have. So the way it works now with the legislature and the new laws is the more you grow, the lower your levy rate can actually be. It's the weirdest thing. So the more you, in other words, the more you grow as a city, the less dollars they allow you to get. And we're actually, I want to say, one small business away, or actually 2 houses away from having it trigger a lower rate right now.
So this will be triggered next go around. This is a
Don't know just yet, because it's always a moving target. But we did grow.
which
But-
is good.
That was the goal.
We grew, and Tiff really saved us. So there, that's all I have for right now.
Just waiting patiently on you two. Got anything? Anything exciting in the police world first?
Oh, no, not for me, no.
Nothing?
Not a thing. Okay, good. Matt?
We got through the end of the year, good, with, all our programs. Everybody in the building is healthy, nobody's sick. Knock on wood. We've got 80s night coming up at the end of the month. Bingo the last Sunday of January. Finishing up budget, started basketball last week. Started at pickleball meeting tonight. We got 5 different divisions and over 75 people signed up for pickleball. And 10 years ago when I started here, was our first pickleball league and we had 6 teams. We had 12 people. So, we got, yeah, it's insane. So, it's cool.
Do you have the over 40 unathletic obese class that I can join?
The Glen Maynard division?
Yes.
We haven't got to that point yet. We're getting there. We're getting close. That'll be the next one we add.
So you've been here for 10 years?
Next month, or May, or March, sorry, March.
Spoiled
March
surprise.
5th.
Oh.
Alright, Melissa?
Last week, we received the unfortunate news that John Friel, our IT guy for the last several years, passed away unexpectedly. So we are without IT services currently. It's kind of always been in the plan for telecom to add in an IT person to have our own city employee. So we may work towards that a little bit sooner, but we're working on alternate plans currently, so. And then it's already been mentioned, but Melody had started talking to me back in December about a work session for the Pocket Park, the Klingman Fisher lot that we own up there, and the 23rd of January is what worked for their whole committee. So if we can tentatively plan that, they would appreciate it. 6 o'clock, 6:30, price 6. Okay, perfect. That's it.
Okay. I don't know. Sewer plant was a great one.
That was a discussion today you missed out on.
Well, I got a phone call from the plumber right after you guys had the meeting.
Okay.
So they went out and put some underground pipe in that was not specified into the grease trap, and they asked if they could give us a little credit to leave it, and we all decided that we're getting tired of paying our engineers to redesign everything and replan everything, and that from this day forward, that if it's on the plans, just do it. If they mess it up, just plan on taking it back to the plans. So that was the words that Chris and Craig kind of let them know today.
Oh yeah, we let them know that, and went over a lot of Davis Bacon stuff as well.
Yeah, so the Davis Bacon, if you guys aren't familiar with this, the requirement of our SRF loan, and every subcontractor that works at site has to submit a weekly payroll report of how they're paying their employees, how they're doing whatever, the fringes and everything else. They have been having problems with a couple subcontractors not doing it correctly, and B&K has been spending an extraordinary lot of time trying to recorrect them. And I talked to Emily at B&K yesterday about the situation. I said if they don't have it done by the next month for the next payroll report cycle, then I'm not paying you to work on them anymore. If you have extra hours working toward them, or you're just going to bill winter for it.
I gave them a deadline by the 17th.
Good enough. So, because it is also something that can affect our funding. If SRF funding get nasty, we're not getting the reports, they can stop the funding. So. And we're not going to let that happen.
Absolutely
Are they
not.
new to the?
No.
They're absolutely not.
No.
They keep passing new Davis-Bacon laws all the time. One of the new ones now is that if they go back and they find out, I don't know, that one may have been before they changed the rule, but the one now is the general contractor, say WRH, hires these subs, we review their payroll reports, come in, they're incorrect, and we find out they gotta get their people paid back, we have to pay it.
Yep, the back pay.
So
If you don't,
WRH does.
and if you don't, then you get blacklisted.
And then you get blacklisted, and
And
you don't
then
get to
you
bid on
won't
projects.
bid on
that
anything
go
else.
So,
Well, that's good incentive.
So a question on that panel that was in question out there, the wall panel on that one building?
Yep.
And is there a roof panel that is a problem too?
oh, I didn't hear about a roof panel.
I just found that out today out there.
What's the roof panel?
Evidently, it's, must have been too much cream in it. I didn't see it. Must have been too much cream in the concrete, and it's kinda open. It's falling apart.
What do you mean by too much cream in concrete?
It's too wet when they poured
Okay,
it.
I
It did
assumed,
not
but I
finish
just
it.
wanted a little bit of specification for
Too
myself
much
there.
French vanilla.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing in my head, and I was like, that's definitely not
Like
right.
I said,
but-
I just heard it when I was out there, cause I was asking about that panel if it had been replaced yet. And he said somebody was out there yesterday, or this week, looking at that panel, and they went in and said there's a problem with one of the roof panels too. So, I'm just making that aware to everyone.
Lovely.
I didn't go in and look at it, I should've went in and looked at it when I was out there, but maybe I'll make a trip out there tomorrow or the first part of the week.
Utilize your tech skills and take some pictures of it.
Good idea.
Because the pictures
I'm not take a goddamn picture.
Because the pictures Woodruff puts up on our project manager software are very selective about what they're putting up.
Well,
So I go in and look at them and I'm like, that looks weird. everything you're talking about, I don't see any pictures of it, so.
No, that's what I said,
Try to get yourself in the shot too,
Yeah,
Oh, that would be so cute.
respect it,
Once again, I'll come with you though if you want me to like back up and take a shot.
I wear
if
my
you miss it.
Speedo and I'll lay on
It's
the
a bit
floor,
cold for
yeah.
that, I think.
only if you're laying there going.
We are off.
I can do that.
Alright, we'll be expecting it.
Okay.
Wow.
Surprise us.
And then the other thing was out at the Hobarts about your water line that was too shallow. We had discussed Craig and Chris and myself, and we kind of decided that they had proposed just abandoning the 6-inch water service that are going across because they'd probably overkill anyhow. But we wanted to make sure that the lots were served with some sort of water, so we proposed that they could run 2-inch over to each one of the lots. At least then they have water service and everything's done when they get done lowering everything. So
To which lots?
they're the
It
ones to
was,
the north of.
yeah, it was the one next to the Dollar General.
Actually,
Well,
Nate
not
says
that
they're
one,
doing the
that
Dollar
one, not
General
that
one
one.
too.
Okay.
Well, the 2-inch, if those buildings are supposed to be sprinkled, aren't they?
No,
But no.
that one's not.
The Dollar General isn't. That's
Nope,
actually,
that
they
one's not.
took the 6-inch and they put a cap on it and only have a 1-inch coming out of it. It's the only thing they're using. Apparently they didn't have to for some reason.
Oh.
State Fire Marshal didn't say anything, or did
I don't know.
the State Fire Marshal even show up? Did anybody call him and ask him, hey, you wanna
Well,
come
I
inspect
assume they
this?
did. They had to get their permits, electrical permits and everything else.
I'm just going by past experiences, so.
Getting my Dollar General shut down.
Yeah. But that's why I said, at least if we took 2-inch, and then if they need fire protection, they can go ahead and pay to have it come back over, and pay to open up the street and reconnection fee and everything else. But at least there's water over there.
So how are they lowering that?
I think the proposal was, I got that email from Nate. No idea somewhere. What I discussed, I didn't want the fittings left in there. So if they're gonna take it apart and just use the same stuff and lower it all down to take the T's out that are on the 6s and just run through them. I know that was part of it. Trying to eliminate our chances for leaks underneath there.
Now, are they gonna lower, are they gonna put the hydrant in the middle of the low spot then?
I don't know which part that is, cause I haven't been out there to look at it. But,
Well, I know the hydrant's only 32 inches deep, but.
yeah, and that's that whole run, they're gonna be lower.
But that's what I'm saying, if they put a dip in that, doesn't that promote Legionella?
Legionnaire's disease.
Sure.
It's the same thing.
Legionella.
So it says the city will accept disconnecting and abandoning the shallow 6-inch services, but install at least a 2-inch service for each of the commercial lots. Those lines may be installed by trenchless method under the street to avoid pavement removal. The 6-inch services shall be capped and abandoned in place. You may keep the valves, or the city will take them. The T's at the services shall be removed to minimize the joints. Since the Family Dollar service is only 1-inch, it may be installed to the main as a 1-inch. The other 3 commercial services shall be a minimum of 2-inch. That's it.
Well, as I said, if they're gonna.
I assume they're gonna start at whatever spot and they're gonna double 45 it down and get it to the right depth.
Right, but in the middle of that, that is a dead spot in the main. You're gonna have water sitting.
Should flush out of there.
There should be a hydrant in the middle of that, in the middle where they drop down so they can flush that out, so you don't have dead water in there.
I guess I don't know how it's gonna be dead water if water's always moving up and down the main. So
You guys can talk about it.
we'll let Nate figure that out.
You will figure it out. I assume has to.
Chris and I had this conversation already.
We do. We had conversation about. Sorry. Yeah, there is concern about that dead spot there.
Yeah.
Having a hydrant there to flush it, and then I asked Craig about, or was it you I asked about having an automatic flusher go off every once in a while for it?
You must talk to Craig about that.
Okay. About doing that. But I haven't talked to Nate about that as an option either. So, question is whether or not we accept that after that to be turned in.
Well, that
Is
would be
gonna be a
nice
big
to
question.
see what he's planning before we
Right,
go ahead and do it, and then we don't accept it again.
Yeah.
Right, and we haven't seen that yet.
Right.
Obviously. I haven't seen it. I don't think the mayor's seen it. None of us have seen that. All
Okay.
we've had was just conversations. And
Well,
there have
the
been
Ron's
plenty
gonna
of
stay
those.
on it, so.
I got plenty of time.
There you go.
You sure you got time?
This is one of the times when the electrician here doesn't have a lot of input on the water line, but yes. I'm assuming somebody has.
I'm sure you hook your ground to it, so.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, I'm done.
There's no requirements, the only thing there's no requirements on the size of service water line to a new commercial building, just because they don't need 2 inch, there's not a.
Well, that's
minimum.
what I say, the only thing would be if they have to have a sprinkler system in there,
Then they need a bigger.
then they need a bigger line.
one.
But is that part of the ordinance that requires that?
Well,
Usually
yes.
it is
Yes, it would be.
for a
Let's
commercial
say like
building.
for a commercial building with an office or something like that, that would require.
But we don't have to put it
We
in.
don't have to put it. It would, whoever's building it, buying the lot, would have to have that in.
Right.
Since we don't know who's gonna purchase the lots.
Or what's gonna be done with it.
But like the one going to the service center, that's a 6 inch for sure. And the one that's going to all the lots, cause we didn't know what was gonna be there.
Yeah, it's just service, not the main.
10-4.
No, a 6 inch, you might get some water hammer, but that's. I've seen that happen. It's just a thing.
So I put
But wait,
hammer resters in.
how about good welfare? We're almost halfway through January. We don't hardly have any stuff. I'm happy about that.
Well,
Some of us are
So
not.
Happy New Year. Good Christmas.
I wanted a white Christmas, so. Oh well. Maybe next year.
Maybe. I'm gonna hope against you.
Yep.
My vote will outcancel your vote.
Yeah, cause it gets between his toes and his flip flops.
That don't bother me.
That should.
Ain't right.
All right. Nothing else. I need a motion moving to closed session as provided by Iowa Code Section 21, Parent 1, Parent C, to discuss strategy with counsel on matters that are presently in litigation, or litigation is imminent, where its disclosure would be likely to prejudice or disadvantage the position of the governmental body in that litigation.
Motion.
Motion by Riley, seconded by Tammy. Roll call, please.
Elwick,
Yes.
Pesinius.
Yep.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Raker,
Yes.
Stark Mahut.
Yes.
All right, take a couple minute recess here while we vacate the area.